I'm Shrishti Sharma, and with me as always is Kanishka Sarkar. As viewers, this is the show where in the next 1 hour we're going to be telling you all the big stories that you should be tracking for today's trading session. Not just what's happened about the global markets, but along with that, which are the stocks that you should be watching out for. We'll try to discuss all of that. But Kanishka, firstly, let's have a look at how did the US market pan out. Once again, a record run for the markets.
Absolutely. Another day, another record high for the US markets, and US futures, they're also strong this morning. Very strong rally kicking off for the week. Now, investors have continued to cheer easing tensions between US and China. That's ahead of the key meeting that they have later this week between US President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping. Now, both sides have reportedly agreed on a framework for a potential trade deal covering issues like rare earth minerals, restrictions on soybean purchases, and even TikTok's operations. So that's the word that we are getting from reports. Now, yesterday, all the major indices hit fresh record highs. The S&P 500 closed above 6,800 for the first time ever, whereas the Dow and Nasdaq, they also ended at all-time highs. Now, all eyes are going to turn to Federal Reserve as the central bank begins its two-day policy meeting on Tuesday, that is later today. Markets are widely expecting that the Fed will cut rates for the second time this year, and that investors are closely watching any hints from Chair Jerome Powell for another potential cut in December, especially amid growing concerns over slowing labor market and government data blackout during the shutdown. Meanwhile, earnings season heats up midweek with several of the Magnificent Seven, including Alphabet, Amazon and Apple, alongside Meta and Microsoft. They're all set to report their results tomorrow and day after. Now, all of these five tech giants together make up nearly a quarter of the S&P 500's total value. So their numbers could set the tone for the markets in the days ahead. So yes, like I said, Srishti, another day, another record high for the Wall Street.
All right, but along with that, let's also tell you what's the action that we are tracking when it comes to the crude oil prices, because a lot's been happening there off late. In the past couple of days, we have seen a good run up, but just yesterday, it was the oil that was seen to be ticking down a bit after OPEC Plus plans to raise the output. As of now, Brent oil is seen to be trading with a cuts of almost 0.5%, but the big news regarding oil is definitely the OPEC Plus that is leaning towards a small production increase of around 1.4 lakhs barrels per day in December, according to reports. Now, the move would extend a series of monthly hikes that have added more than 2.7 million BPD since April, as the group works to regain the market share after years of cut. Now, however, some members prefer a pause amid the concerns about oversupply and falling prices, and even the sanctions on Russian oil giants have also complicated the talks, even as the prices rebound for a bit.